I never thought at 42 my life would look like it does today. I always pictured the laughter of children echoing throughout my home, the sweet embrace of a partner I truly adore, owning my own house, being financially well off. When I turned 42 recently, I had none of that. And that is okay. The truth is, nobody knows how their life is going to unfold. We can hope and plan for certain outcomes, but there are events and circumstances that are far outside of our control. The way my life looks today has taken some time to come to terms with. The reality that my life looks absolutely nothing like I thought it would so many years ago has been an ever-winding web of grief and acceptance. These days, I find myself living more in the lane of acceptance and carving out days that I feel really, truly content. Because that has always been the goal. To find my way to a life that I feel content with. When I was 36, I got a tattoo on my ribcage that says eudaimonia. It's a Greek philosophy that, depending on the philosopher, means a few things, but the meaning that resonates the most with me is striving to be content. In America, we are deeply uncomfortable with feeling anything other than happiness. We are constantly looking for that thing that will make us the most happy, mostly sifting through the external. However, I never really understood that. When I got my tattoo, I made a commitment to myself that I would stop searching for happiness and aim to be content, and in doing so, I found joy. When I was 24 years old, I got something called peritonitis from a surgery, and I almost died. I use that experience as my lighthouse now. It's constantly guiding me back to a place of feeling thankful for still being here. Each line, each wrinkle, each scar tells a part of my story, and I have learned to wear them proudly. So much of our fear around aging, I believe, comes from being constantly inundated with messaging around youth being the ideal. We are encouraged to get things like Botox or contour our face so that it looks a certain way, more youthful, more perfect. None of that feels like me though. I want to age as gracefully as I possibly can because I learned a long time ago that growing older really is something to be thankful for. I have days where I look in the mirror and I wonder where the time went, and I have days where I look in the mirror and I think, God, I am so happy that I finally learned to love you. Something happened when I turned 40, and I finally truly understood what the expression over the hill means. Time felt even more precious. It made me realize that I am at the halfway point, and if I am so lucky to live until I'm 80 years old, I want it to be in a way that feels most authentic to me. Turning 40 made me realize that I didn't want to linger in the places where I feel like I am lacking, and instead I want to put my intention on what I give to life and on a life well lived. And a life well lived doesn't mean perfect. A life well lived to me is one founded on taking chances and failing as much as I succeed. A life well lived comes with just as much pain as it does joy. There are several big dreams that I thought I wanted for myself, and I have had to give myself the time to process and grieve. Not being able to have biological children, having a marriage that didn't last, still being single after 8 years, not being where I want to be financially, I still, at times, feel the gravity of those losses and the disappointment that comes with them. However, they don't stay as long anymore because I've learned that when you allow yourself to grieve and to let those old dreams die, a new path appears. If you would have told me in my 20s that my life would look the way it does today, I would have laughed because I was so stuck on the idea that it had to look this one particular way. I couldn't even imagine that one day it very well may not look that way at all. I think if I would have continued to hold on to my life having to look this particular way, I would have missed out on some of the most spectacular parts of what my life actually has become. With time, I came to realize that some of the things that never worked out for me were actually not such a bad thing after all. I'm perfectly okay without having children, and I absolutely adore being a wonderful, present, and active aunt to my nieces and nephews. I love my time and freedom. I love getting to come and go when I want. And I love getting to be a mom to my furry kids. As much as I would love a partner to live my life with, I've developed a deep love of being with myself and those I love dearly until that day comes. And everything else, well, it's falling into place too as I learn all of those big life lessons I need to learn in this lifetime. Entering my 40s was absolutely nothing like I thought it would be all those years ago. However, I'm starting to see that it's actually turning out even better.